Okay, so you may have had a moment of doubt, okay? And you could have even seen readings that were supporting that doubt. Um, so like if that resonates, you really have to like be careful, okay? It doesn't really matter how skeptical you are. The things that you think do materialize into your reality, and it will, like, you will see things that support your like pessimistic viewpoints and overthinking, because it's like there's always like low vibrational energies that would like love to like see you collapse or whatever. Don't label them as like demons or whatever, because a lot of like ancient beings were like labeled as such. Whatever, I'm not going into that. So like it's just different. It's like sticky energies that benefit from certain emotions. Like think that like, oh, say you really love steak, and like, so whenever there's like a steak, or you always try to like encourage people to buy you a steak, or like make steak, or let's go here to get a steak, you know what I mean? So it's the same of like there are energies who like their favorite food is like you being afraid, or you being pessimistic, or you being insecure, or you specifically, like, it can be really specific things, like an energy that is like addicted to seeing the like collapse of true love, and I don't know if they're inherently evil just because they crave that. Like technically, cows think you're evil because you eat so many steaks, right? So it's all subjective, which obviously it's a threat to you. It's the same as how like um I don't know, like a ice storm is like dangerous and treacherous, but it's not inherently like evil. I don't know if it's the same, whatever. Anyway, the prey always thinks that like the predator is like evil, but you don't have to be the prey. Anyway, I was getting off track in regards to this. So I think that you uh return to a state of clarity after some doubts and fears were projected onto you. It's giving that like you were on the right track. So say if you were like getting to know somebody new, this is just an example, or you were in a new job, or you went into a new, like, you just went to like, you just like declared your major or something like that, and everything was going well, and you're like, oh, I can do this, like, oh, this may be actually meant for me, and everything is going well, right? And then like it's sort of like, I don't know. It is kind of giving relationship energy. Like, say you were getting to know someone new or whatever, and then, like, nothing is official, and you were just, like, talking to somebody, and, like, everything was good, and you were feeling good, and then maybe you, like, caved and, like, I don't know, went to be with your ex again for, like, one last time or whatever, or just something, and then after that happened, then you started having doubts about, like, the new person, and you were, like, splitting hairs in regards to, like, this is bad about them, or like this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is because that's because you were like infected with that person's energy. And it could also be like in regards to like a friend group or something like that. Like if you were meeting someone new and getting to know somebody new, and like, and then you're like, that old friend group really wasn't good for me, but let me just like hang out with them for old time's sake, or like see if it's, if I was just like being too harsh about them or whatever, or I guess I do miss them or something like that. I don't know if you miss them as opposed to you missing like the position that they held in your life, especially if you're still in like the early phases of a new friendship, so things aren't as like locked in as they are with like your old friends. But don't let like familiarity, it's like you may have been thinking, like, mistaking familiarity with like true closeness. Technically you are extremely familiar with people who are your enemies. Whatever, just like the concept of that is kind of silly. But yeah, so I'm like, so if it was like a friendship thing, maybe you're trying to like make friends with somebody who's like actually healthy for you and like in alignment with like your long-term goals and stuff. But then you went and hung out with like an old friend group, and then you started like splitting hairs about the new person, like, oh, they're this, they're this, they're this. But I'm getting that only lasted or will last for like a day. So hopefully you're seeing this like before you like cut off whatever new situation is, or like project too much doubt or whatever onto it, because I'm getting that like whatever new things have entered your life are supposed to replace the old things. Like they are better, they are what's meant for you. Like that person is supposed to be your ex. The new person, you are going to marry them, okay? And like, or like, be with them, whatever. So that's confirmation for somebody. But like this like end game stuff. Like, yes, you were supposed to drop that really toxic friend group, and even if you only have one friend now, that new friend is like your ride or die best friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like your person platonically, right? Um, and same with like whatever this applies to. So don't like take any impulsive action in regards to like short lasting doubt that has been again projected onto you because you came into too close of proximity with people that honestly like shouldn't be in your life anymore, which I understand that's more like complicated than it seems on paper, obviously, especially if your life is like intertwined with certain people and you have to like carefully unravel it, without destroying anything, but like it is, I guess, the overarching like point of this is that like your past, either like in their own minds because you did not keep your new pursuits secret enough. This could apply also like if it is something like you declared your major in something that like is in alignment with you, and then your family is like, oh, you're not going to be able to have a job doing that, you're not going to be successful doing that, blah blah blah. I'm telling you right now that like don't listen to that, because you could go to a field that like, hold on, you need to trust your intuition. As somebody who went into a field that everyone was like, oh, that's the most lucrative field and you're smart enough to do it, so you should do it. But like just because I could do it, I was like miserable, miserable, miserable. And if something is literally your passion and you go and like you go along that track and you take it to its fullest extent of it, you know, then obviously you can still be successful in anything if it is truly meant for you. You know what I mean? Like, even a field that isn't like on paper super lucrative, if you are like so good at it that you're able to get like, go to grad school and then go to like get your PhD in it, then obviously like you can make a success out of anything. So don't let people be like, oh, you have to go into STEM, or you have to like be a lawyer, you have to be a doctor, you have to do this. Or for some of you could be pressure like, no, you have to go into construction, you have to like do this. Or even just like if people aren't so over about them trying to like force you to do something like that, it's like those subtle things that are like, oh, good luck buying a house if you do that, or like, oh, good luck finding someone who's willing to marry you if you do that. It's stuff like that. Like, they're projecting, okay? As always, just ignore those people just because they feel like they're projecting because they feel like they would not have been able to be successful doing the same thing. But I didn't realize that your whole body and consciousness was a carbon copy, a direct clone in every way. Like, you're more of a twin to that person than real twins. I didn't realize that. So like, obviously, don't, I'm being sarcastic if that wasn't clear, like, because nobody actually knows. Like, so don't, like, it doesn't matter if you perceive somebody to be like successful or like an idol to you. If they're like shitting on your dreams in some way, that's not just them caring about you and being realistic. They are putting limitations on you because again, they don't think they could have been successful in that. But again, you're not them, and you're not delusional. If you're willing to put the work into something and your heart is in it, you will be successful in it. But anyway, so like, it's a lot of that. And like, so hopefully this is like finding someone before they like, switch their major or drop the new person that they're talking to, or like, um it's, yeah, or like succumbing to the whims of the past due to a moment of like fear and doubt or whatever. It's okay to feel those emotions, process them, uh vent safely, like safely in a way to where it won't get around, or it won't like, don't vent to the wrong person, like write it down and then burn it, or like anonymously do it somewhere and then like, erase it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to get it out, or like scream in your car about it. But like, don't take any sort of impulsive action just because you're feeling like, your past, the wills of your past are like trying to like distract you or derail you, or like throw you off course to your future, because they know that they like, their time is up basically. Like, they know that they won't necessarily be going where you're going to be led or whatever, even just like energetically or mentally. Not everybody can go where you're going to go, like consciousness wise, sometimes physically. So just keep trusting yourself. Don't just like let your like fear and doubt again like mess up your plans that have been going so well already.